The good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Chicago Bears. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. Happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the former Colorado Buffalo, their rookie quarterback.
Tell you what, partner, he might just be a rookie, but he certainly looks the part of a veteran NFL starter, and he carries himself like one leading the offense out there. In a lot of ways, he is advanced as a first-year quarterback, and he came in and was right at home with this offense.
Right to the air goes Sanders. He finds his man, complete. That's fourth. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Throwing, Sanders. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Play action. It's Sanders. This one downfield for Tillman. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Sanders once more. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. It's Gervon Dexter who got in to drop him. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bears take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
From the gun, here's Williams. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Just nowhere to go with the football. He was forced to put that one into Lake Michigan. I think his receivers have to do a better job of working free because he didn't have anywhere to go at all on that play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Williams. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is fielded at the 27. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Sanders to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And, yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun here, Sanders. That's taken in, Isaiah Bond. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And it's 3rd down.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. From the gun, it's Sanders. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
16 yards. And the Browns 1st down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little.
Man, that's Tillman. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Again, they turn to Ford. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Montez Sweat with a tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Sanders. This is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
That's another Browns first down. First and goal, Cleveland.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Ford is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
The try here for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Makes the score Browns 7.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he'll be brought down shy of the 30 at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Off the play fake, it's Williams. Now he's going to step up and run. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
To throw, it's Williams. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Browns will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And the Browns getting set to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. That's taken in by Bond. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And the Browns first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Here's Sanders. This short pass into the hands of Njoku.
Sanders pass.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. They go play action now. Sanders. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 3rd down and 13. Now Sanders. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Well, how about this? A fistful of sacks already. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. What an incredible start for this defense. If they keep this pace up, they could be looking at an all-time performance.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. To the air, Williams. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Mason Graham with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 57-yard punt with a return of 12. And out will come the offense as they take over. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Sanders throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10. To throw now, here's Sanders.
Throw left side complete. That's 4. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10. Sanders going to throw again. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Back to throw again. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
3-yard pickup.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
The tackle made by Devin Bush. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here is 3rd and 5. Here's Williams.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now.
The Browns drive about to get started. Sanders throwing to start the drive.
That's going to be caught by Jeudy.
Complete to number 3, Jerry Jeudy. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
This 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Sanders.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Dominique Robinson.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. As Sanders has it poked free. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Browns send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And taken right on the 30. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Throwing is Williams.
And this is going to be incomplete. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target. But he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal.
Santos' kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Browns set to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll start out here with the option left. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And the Browns, first down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. Operating from the gun, Sanders. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
And it's 4th down.
Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. Looking to throw is Williams.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Over the middle is going to find Burden.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. As they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
That's good for a Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Play action. Now Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
To throw, Williams.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
2nd and a couple. Williams going to look to throw again.
His throw incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
They'll look to throw again.
Williams looking to do it himself.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Caleb Williams
taking it in from 24 yards out.
And the Bears will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. Touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A 10-play drive that time. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Shedeur. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sun. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 59 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Bears, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the 2nd half.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9 now. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
A gain of 2.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll go. Here's Williams. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this Browns defense stands tall. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
They will start this drive with Ford. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Throwing, Sanders. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
To throw is Sanders. Open man is Bond. He's got it.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams.
And he stopped immediately there. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
2nd and 9.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Off the bootleg, it's Williams.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
To throw, it's Williams.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
Open man, that's Bond.
Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give the receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
DeMarco Jackson, the man to bring him down defensively.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just win a ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Sanders. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Brings up fourth down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
So on fourth down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit.
It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there in the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Complete to Zaccheaus. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it makes it third down and 2 yards to go.
Makes it third and 2.
To the air, Williams. He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to first.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first and 10, it's Swift. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And give him 4 yards there. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first. I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line.
And that's going to be incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Swift going to try up the middle.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
Here's Williams.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now the Browns coming out on the field.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Kyler Gordon stopped that play before it ever got going. Great job.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
From the gun, it's Sanders.
Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Grady Jarrett getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 19.
Here's Sanders.
And he's going to go down again.
A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
The Browns send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And taken right at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The Bears offense and running back DeAndre Swift headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. 94 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively jars it free. No 1st down.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard
Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Once again, it's Swift. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So a big one coming now for Cairo Santos. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Santos' kick is up and through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And after the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Looking to put a drive together.
Play action. It's Sanders.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They run with 4. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
This one downfield for Tillman.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Credit Jaquan Brisker. He got a hand on that and knocked it free.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bears take over.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down, make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Still first down.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Here's a handoff to Swift. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth-quarter stop?
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. So now the Browns down by a field goal, a little under 2.5 to go. They'll have 2 timeouts and, of course, also the 2-minute warning as they go to work on 1st down. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Browns, first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. To throw now. Here's Sanders.
Now they go screen. It's complete.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
Third down.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's third and long.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
That was a corner blitz, and it was Kyler Gordon getting in there for the sack. Here we go. This is fourth down. They'll go. Here's Sanders. Oh, he had to force it there on fourth down, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Wright.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
They got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
They'll run with the Rutgers man, Kyle Mongai. And he is going to have the Bears first. And that should be the capper.
A gain of 9.
The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.